Hello, welcome to another episode of The Author's Journey. My name is Rassi. I'm a leadership coach, book coach, author, and speaker. I have published two bestsellers on Amazon, Lead in Your Truth and Heal on Your Terms. And I also support experienced writers in becoming authors, anywhere from idea to publishing and everything in between. I have here today with me Mamoud Balla Kamara. I'm so excited to have you. And this is Mamoud's book, Journey in the Tunnel. And it's a bestseller on Amazon. I am super excited to have you. Subtitle is In Search of Light Through Transformation. We're going to talk all about this. Mahmoud, I'm going to pass it over to you if you want to introduce yourself to our audience.
Oh, Rasi, thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I am Mamoud Balla Kamara. I'm, an author of a book titled Journey in the Tunnel with a subtitle In Search of Light Through Transformation, and also a co-founder and the executive director of the Youth Movement for Sustainable Development, Sierra Leone. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me today.
It's my pleasure. It's interesting how we came about. You're different from other authors, right? And I want to share the story before you can share with us what motivated
Okay.
you to
Okay.
write this book, right?
Mhm.
And I want you to share the story from years back. Like I want you to tell all of that. So for our audience who are listening, in 2023, so last year at the beginning, I asked my team, so it's the editor, our formatting team, our book design team, and asking them like, I want to support one youth this year in helping them reach their dream of writing and publishing their own book. Would you do this with me? And I remember when I sent those emails out and I was kind of nervous. I was like, I don't know if they're gonna say yes. I have no idea. And then instantly I got messages back the same day, like, heck yeah, Rassi, let's do this. And it got me even more excited. And Mamoud Balla Kamara happened to be the first youth who we supported and sponsored the publishing of his book, Journey in the Tunnel. All right, Mahmoud, tell us why this book? Like, how did it all come about?
Thank you so much, Rasi. You know, I remember since 2009, actually, you know, I started putting down this story because I know, it is a valuable knowledge that I need to share, to the wider audience. So I started putting down this story because it was not just ordinary story, like thinking about it, but it is something that happened. So like I said, I need to put this, on paper. So since 2009, I wrote this thing in my notebook. I was passing with it from place to place. When I moved from the village to the city, I moved with it. And I remember there was a time when we had flooding in our community. So this book, it got soaked. It was the saddest moment for me. I said, oh my God, I didn't even care about my other things that we are soaked. I said, oh my God, this book is very important
It's
for
your
me.
baby.
So after some time, I took a lot of time like to write this book after that, and I transfer everything from that book to another, exercise book. So then remember since 2009, 2010, 23, sorry, 2013, I entered Jala University. So I was still thinking about it. Sometimes I keep myself indoors. I said, no, this book, it has to come out because the story behind it is very important. The story behind it, that's why I titled it Joining in the Tunnel, because it was about me, and my sister. So the journey we had through the tunnel, though today she's not with me, she's not alive, but may her dear soul rest in peace. And then, before she passed away, she told me, Mahmoud, I want you to make me one promise. And I said, what is that? She said, please try as much as possible for my story to reach, the wider audience, for my story to reach people so that they can stand with you and to fight for other marginalized adolescent girls, to stand with you so that you can fight against teenage pregnancy. You can fight against sexual and gender-based violence, especially in rural communities, because a lot is happening within those communities and they are going unnoticed. There are nobody that is there to like support them. So please do me this favor. And I thought of it. I said, one of the best way to make this promise, fulfilled is by writing this, in the form of a book. And that is why the book Journey in the Tunnel, I seek support from RASI because I know this is a valuable knowledge, but it requires resources beyond personal means. So I was unable to do this. So I had to say RASI, I have to talk to RASI. And I was so excited that the day when RASI said, "Hey, Mamoud, I will help you with this." I said, "Oh my God, do you know that night?" Oh my God. I said, "Oh, my dear sister, I know wherever you are, I know that your soul, your spirit can see and hear me, but just be assured that I've got someone, that is ready to support this work. So let your, beautiful soul rest in peace. But this story will reach to the wider audience. So this is how it all started. So when he told me that, okay, Mamu, let's do this, I was excited. Every day I was thinking about this. I said, oh, this is, remember, like since 2009, I was always thinking about this and I was always holding on to the materials that I need to move on. I need to make this thing become, known to the world. So today it happens because of the support from Rasi and others. And I believe that my late sister is happy right now. I have that conviction in me that she's happy. And the more people read it, the more she becomes happy. So like I appreciate you all that bought the book and you are reading it. Remember, you are making a soul becomes even more happy somewhere that we don't know. Thank you so much for this.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's it. So if I do the math right, that's 14 years. Could be wrong.
Yes, I think so.
14 years. 14 years. And I remember you sharing that you've written a book and it's somewhere. And I think
Mhm,
it's so cool that you wrote it in a notebook.
mhm,
And can you tell us about that process of you, because you had to put it in a Word document so that I can support
mhm,
you with it. What was that
mhm.
like?
Like when it was in the exercise book, by then, remember I'm coming from a village like St. Pinal town from Falaba district. So like I do not have that opportunity to access computer or even phone by then, So like this is why I put everything into the exercise book. When it got spoiled, I buy another one and I transfer the information there. So until when I got my own personal laptop, and I started inputting and sometimes I called on like Mariam. I said, "Can you please help me like to input this thing?" Because by then I was afraid to share the information with other people. Because the last time someone told me that, "Hey, Mahmoud, if you share your book with someone, he or she might, probably publish it and maybe
Mm,
take it, something like that." And this was my fairness. I reached out to a lot of people actually to help me do this, but people say, "Ah, young man, I can't do this." No, so a lot
mm,
of no. So I
mhm,
had a lot of no, but one thing that keeps me going is that I am motivated. I know this is a
mm,
valuable knowledge,
mm,
and this one needs to reach the more people. So it needs to reach more audience, not because of me, but the late young girl that passed away, and I made a promise, and not just because of her. I know her purpose was like, for the other young girls that are living today, they are going through similar, negative social norms within their communities. I know that she was saying, okay, if I had gone through this, let other people don't fall victim just as I am today, because I'm lying down today. Maybe I'm going to die, but I don't want other people to die just like me because of this. So communicate this information. So when I input it into Word document, that was in 2012 when I had my own personal computer and I started inputting this one until I said, oh, so 2023, and I said, when I told Rasi said, okay, you can come on. I said, oh my God, I kept this Word document in different areas in my phone, email, And also in my personal computer and in my memory stick, the memory stick I used to like listen to music because I don't want to lose this information. It is very important for me. Not
Yeah.
until when you told me, I said, "Oh my God, this is a dream come true," you know.
Wow.
So thank you so much, Rasi. This is
That
incredible. I can't
that
believe this.
that's amazing. It's honestly a been I feel very honored to have supported you with it. And I know that my team, they're very honored because this is gonna go a very long way. It's and I feel I it is my pleasure to be able to do that, right? And I want you to share a bit. So a significant thing that you share on your bio, I believe your tribe is Yalunka. Did I get
Mhm.
that correct?
Yes, yes.
And just for our audience listening in, Mahmoud is from Sierra Leone. We're both from Sierra Leone, and he's doing incredible work in his community. And I want you to talk a bit about that. Like, what does that mean in your tribe, right? To be the first author, right? And in a small town, outside of Freetown. I want you to, can you tell us about that a bit, like that representation piece?
You know, even as you're asking me the question, I'm even feeling good. You know why? Because I see this as an opportunity to communicate. Because I know people are going to watch and listen, and they will learn from this. Honestly speaking, I'm not just like from Sinkana town to be specific, even, but from a very small community called Ulumbu. And
Mhm.
this village, there's no zinc or whatever thing. It is all of thatch houses, grass houses, like three or four. I live there with my family. So until I lost my sister, and then we moved to Sinkuna. Sinkuna now, like from a Yalunka, this is a tribe. We are also in Guinea, Senegal, Mali, also in the northern part of Sierra Leone.
Mhm.
But like for me to become the first Sierra Leonean Yalunka author, it tells me that, oh, Mahmoud, you still have like he have a mission, like to
Mhm.
put the Yalunka, to the map. Because even in Sierra Leone, some people they do not know about the Yalunka. When you say I am a Yalunka, they misunderstand you like for Soso. The Soso and the
Mm.
Yalunka, they're a little bit different. They are cousins actually, but the Yalunka people don't know about them. I remember there was a guy. He told my sister that very soon the Yalunka they are going to vanish in Sierra Leone. They are going to like lost because they are not educated, they are not in the villages, they are this, they are that. So because of that, people are not going to know about it, not even in Sierra Leone. So when this book came out, my sister
Mm.
sent the link to him and told him that, hey guy, the tribe he said is going to vanish, but remember the tribe now is now at Amazon.
Like, look
It's
it
not.
up
And the tribe now is, at Amazon in Canada, in America. There are people in America, in Canada, they are reading about this tribe. So, and he said they are going to vanish in Sierra Leone. They said, so what next do you have to say? So,
now.
like, even the Yalunk, I remember a couple of days ago, our our community leader, he was like trying to reach out to me that, oh, guy, you have done, you have done well. Even my father, he's also a local, he's also a town chief. He was so proud of. In fact, he was even excited, though he doesn't know how to read, all right. He
Mhm.
doesn't go to school, but like he was so excited to get a hold of this book because for the fact that that tribe, Yalunka, he said, this is something so special. It is a special and remarkable, milestone in the history of the Yalunkas, both in Sierra Leone, in Mali, everywhere. So I'm so proud. I'm so happy to have you all with me. Make this dream come true. It is not just about my late sister's dream or goal or desire, but also even the Yalunka tribe.
Mhm.
Most of them they are proud of it. Some of them they even tag. Some of them they a lot of it, a lot of people they put it in their profile pictures. Like when the day the book was published, I shared the picture. A lot of people were putting like in their profile picture, oh my God, we are proud of it. We are proud of it. They went to my Facebook page. We are proud of you, man. To be the first Yalunka author. And I said, oh my God, I really appreciate this. And all thanks go to Rasi and her team. So
Mhm.
we really appreciate this one. Yeah.
I that's incredible. It's because it's like beyond you, right? It's
Yes,
greater good. It's bigger than you. And I love how
yes.
much you embrace that. And I know that you're saying that thanks to myself and my team, you did the work, right? You showed up to every single session and
Yes.
all throughout. And I know you had so many different things happening in your life, like throughout that process, but you showed up and you're like, this is happening, but I'm here because I need to get this book out. I need to get my message out. And I think it's absolutely incredible. It says a lot about who you are as a person, as a leader, as an author. So I'm curious now. I don't want to tell everything that's in this book. I don't want to tell people everything in it because I would love for you to go pick it up. And it's on Amazon right now. Paperback is available and the ebook. And Mahmoud, I'm curious if you were to describe Journey into Eternal just a little bit, right? Just a teaser, what people can expect. Can you share just a little bit? Like, what would you say? We're here.
Yeah, like this, like, the most important thing, there's a lot in this book. And it is like, when I remember in the village or wherever, when we are cooking, we put a lot of ingredient for the sauce to become even delicious. So in this book, there are a lot of ingredient in it. So if I say one thing, you might think that, okay, this is the only ingredient, but go into it chapter to chapter, page to page, you understand that there are a lot of things in it that people can get. And one of the things is resilience. The young people get, through the journey in the tunnel.
Mhm.
At some point in time, they think that, okay, we are not going to see the sunlight anymore. Maybe we are all going to perish. But they also keep this resilience within them that, okay, there's hope. There is going to be light at the end of the tunnel. So it is also incredible that there's a message for the youth also. There's a letter that most of the time I like to read that letter even. This letter says a lot about youth in African setting especially. So if you read this letter, it is very, very motivating and you learn a lot. And some of the problems we have in Africa because of politics and the other things like societal negative social norms. This letter is from the late my late sister that
Mm.
told me to like please help her this book, this message to reach the world. So this letter is from her. So in it, that was her last wish or message to the youth and in Sierra Leone, in Africa, and the globe entirely. So I love reading it because it is a message. The person has gone, she's dead, but her message still remains intact. So if you read this one, I believe there's something that you can take. And oh my God, I don't want to go into it. Let people just
Yeah.
go and go to Amazon and take it.
It's like,
There,
go get your
there's a
coffee.
friend.
Go get your coffee.
Yes, there's a friend that bought it, from Dubai. The
Mhm.
last time he called me, he said, Mamoud, you know what? I don't like reading books. I just bought this book because of you. I said, okay. So after getting the book, midnight, he called me. I thought it was emergency. And
Mm.
I pick up the phone. He said, man, the last time I told you I don't like to read books, but this your book, there's something about it. When I read this page, I have this urge, this motivation, like to go to the other page. When I'm there, I got this urge. So I'm now in the middle of the book. I said, oh my God.
Wow. Engaging. He's engaged. Yeah. That's
Seriously.
beautiful. That's a beautiful testimonial. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. How
So
did that make
if
you
you want to know
feel
more,
while we're here?
just go to Amazon and get it. Once you
Yeah.
get it, oh my God.
Oh, that's awesome. So okay, well, I'm gonna take it back to the process of putting your words on paper and then transferring it onto the computer. And then, because you almost we had to like we didn't redo, but we like added more value and emphasis on your messaging, right? When you started working with me. And I'm curious to what's that one breakthrough that just solidify things for you. You're like, I got this. This is happening. There's no turning back. What was that breakthrough?
You know, this moment of breakthrough in this book creation, it was often, let me say, characterized by a sense of accomplishment, aspiration, clarity. It's also like mark a significant milestone in the whole journey. So this was a real breakthrough for me because I feel, okay, this is a sense of accomplishment, fulfillment, and clarity. Because, like you said, we the process helped to add values to the book as we go along. So it adds more clarity, to the message. Right. So this was something very, very incredible. It was amazing, actually. Yes.
Ah. So what would you say to authors who are stuck, right? Like either they're stuck in the phase of planning, right? And aspiring, like I would love to have my book published one day, but I'm not sure where to start. Or they're in the writing phase and they just can't get a manuscript together. Or they already have a manuscript together and it's building up dust, right? What would be your advice to them, like since you've gone through the process and yours, 13 years, 13, 14 years in the making. I went back on my math. I think it's 14. What would be your advice to that writer, author?
Actually, like to those authors facing obstacles, either in planning, writing, publishing, I would advise perseverance. Even in the book, I have the 4 P's. Perseverance, I will not go deep into that, but I'll call to the perseverance, patience, and not only the perseverance and patience. You need to try as much as possible to seek guidance, to seek mentorship, to seek
Mm,
coaching, like what he did for me.
mhm,
Imagine that, I stay off, I keep the book to me. It would have just been in the dustbin. But as an author, you need to seek advice, you need to seek mentorship, you need to seek like coaching from the necessary people. Then again, you need to break the tasks into like smaller, achievable,
mm,
goals. And also remember the impact your work is going to have on others, because this kept
mhm,
me going. I always think that, oh, this work is going to get an impact on millions of people. So if I happen to talk and I decided to just forget about everything, then imagine the impact it is going to, it has already started creating more impact. So imagine if I had just left everything like that.
mm,
So,
mm,
to authors, you need to like become persevere. You need to like patient, and not only that, you seek mentorship or guidance from book coach like Rasi. You are incredible. I know this is not part of the interview, but I have to say to Rasi, honestly, it gave me that confidence. I never knew about book stuff. I just actually I like reading books, but he gave me that kind of okay, this is the way. He guided me through the process, and this built my confidence. This also added to my motivation, because this is another point, like seeking guidance or mentorship, but seek it from the right people.
mm,
This is my advice. Seek it from the right people, you know, like Rasi. So when you do so, because you helped me to put my work into smaller and achievable, goals. You
mhm,
did this for me. Sometimes at some point in time, you said, okay, send chap 1 to me, chap 2 to me. Or sometimes you said, adjust this, adjust this. So this is what I'm trying to say. Though it's not part of the interview, but I have to say maybe for the other authors that are listening, that yes, you need to like contact Rasi. I'm not saying this because I'm on phone with you, to be honest. Most of the time, there was a guy here. He said he wanted to write a book. He said, "Can you please provide like coaching for me?" I said, "No, I do not have that capacity. I'm just a young author." I said, "But I have one. I have someone that, if you contact her, trust me, the process is going to be light for you, just as this paper, as I'm all the writer. Seriously."
mm,
And he did this for me. So
mhm,
that is my advice. So in summary, persevere, be patient, and seek guidance and mentorship or coaching from the right people, not just, but from the right people. And break your tasks into smaller and achievable goals. And make sure you remember the impact your work is going to have on others. Always have this in your mind. Yeah.
Oh, you inspire me all the time, all the time. And it's like, what is it? Like we've known each other for probably, I think we're going on 4 years.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so. 3 to 4 years.
Yes.
And thank you for the work that you're doing in your community for Sierra Leone, for Africa, with your team. And I'm so grateful that my team and I were able to support you with this. Like I said, this is beyond, it's beyond ourselves, right? It's for the greater good and it's making impact in so many ways. And how I look at it, you being the first author from your tribe, Yalonka tribe, it's you're saying to every single child in your tribe and other children in Sierra Leone that anything is possible. You just got to believe and take action to make it look possible and be possible. So I definitely want to thank you for that. And I don't say that lightly. Um, Mahmoud, I am going to put all your information in the description section of the YouTube recording, etc., on Instagram and LinkedIn. But if the audience want to connect with you right away, where's the best place to find you?
Good. Thank you for that. Like if even you read the book, you can see that this is a call to action book, and it's most of the sales we get, we use it like to support our youth organization, the youth movement for sustainable development Sierra Leone. So all the sales we got, we have been spending this that way. So if you want to like you know, where you can see me, you can get me to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok. I'm there. So, so you can go to Facebook and Mamoud Balla Kamara. You can get me there. You go to Instagram, you can just check maybe Yumsud SL mostly because the book is connected to Yumsud SL because the what is in this book we are trying to like create transformation. Like we are using the organization because the call to action in this book, I alone I'm not able to do it personally, individually. So we have to put like organization. So that is why you can follow me, Yomsud SL Instagram. And the linking, you can get me there, Mamoud Balla Kamara or Yoms Youth Movement for Sustainable Development, Sierra Leone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mahmoud. And thank you so much for our audience who are listening in. Please share, please connect with Mahmoud, and you will not be disappointed. He's an inspiration. And anything that you can do to support Yamsu to sell, I invite you to. And yeah, so there it is, another episode of our author's journey. And until next time, best of vibes to you. Later.